good morning, and once again, only a pleasure to welcome you to Open House. And at 3 minutes past 9 on this morning of Tuesday, March the 12th, pleasure to tell you my guests are Lynn Paul and Peter Oliver of the New Seekers, and a little bit later on, that marvellous lady Cleo Lane. Lots of good music, plenty of requests. Into the first one from 11 Briscoe Close, Hoddesdon in Hertfordshire. Could you wish my friend Mrs. Christine Portway of Barnmead, Doddinghurst, near Brentwood, Essex, a very happy birthday today? That's a pleasure. Jill sent in the greetings.
Lately, I have noticed all my friends avoiding me, and that girl who loves me up and said goodbye. My whole world is coming apart and falling in on me, and I guess deep down I know the reason why. Lately, I've been living for nobody else but me, letting my selfish ego take command. Lately I've been giving in to pride and vanity, and I guess I let it get the upper hand. And I think it's just about time to have a little talk with myself. 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 A little private conversation, a little self-examination, a little attitude correction, a little search and inspection. Start heading in the right direction. Take a little walk. Take a little walk. Have a little talk with myself. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I put importance on the wrong things in this life, and my outlook had a twisted point of view. But all you reap with vanity is a heartache and strife. Without love and friendship, you can't make it through. And I think it's just about time to have a little talk with myself. Have a little talk with myself. Have a little talk with myself. A little private conversation, a little self-examination, a little attitude correction, a little soul search and inspection. Start heading in the right direction. Analyze it, recognize it, itemize it, criticize it, realize it, organize it, summarize it, ostracize it. Take a little walk. Take a little walk. Have a little talk with myself. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Have a little talk with myself. Have a little talk with myself. Have a little talk with myself.
That's a good opener. Ray Stevens from his LP of Greatest Hits, his own composition, Have a Little Talk with Myself. It's 6.5 minutes past 9 o'clock, Tuesday, March the 12th. And from Voskapelstraat, 175, Sterrebeek in Brussels, Eileen Bradbury says there's lots of Brits here in Sterrebeek. Well, I know we've lots of listeners, too, to Radio 2 on the mighty long wave, tuned in to the gentle giant, all over Europe, and a very good morning to you, or whatever time of the day and night it is in Europe. Now, before I start any further misunderstandings, let me pass on to a greeting on behalf of Eileen Bradbury for his sister and mother in North Wales, and my sister's little boy Philip, who will be 3 today, and on the 16th, says Eileen, my daughter Helen will be 5. And love to Matthew also, who's 4.5. We all listen to the programme and enjoy the requests. That's the greetings passed on to Pete Murray, who incidentally is on holiday, in case you think he's doing a very talented Irish impersonation. And I'll be here with you until next Friday. And then Pete comes back from the holidays, all tanned and lovely. Oh, if only it were television. This is Ella Fitzgerald.
Way down south in Birmingham, I mean South, in Alabama, an old place where people go to dance the night away. They all drive or walk for miles to get jive, that southern style slow jive that makes you want to dance till break of day. It's a junction where the town folks meet at each function. In their tux, they greet you. Come on down, forget your care. Come on down, you'll find me there so long time. I'm headed for Tuxedo Junction now, feeling low, rocking slow. Wanna go right back where I belong. Way down south in Birmingham, I mean South Alabama, an old place where people go to dance the night away. It's a junction where the town folks meet at each function. In their tux, they greet you. Come on down, forget your care. Come on down, you'll find me there so long time. I'm headed for Tuxedo Junction now, feeling low, rocking slow. Wanna go right back where I belong, right back where I belong, right back where I belong. Come on, take me back to Birmingham. I wanna go to Tuxedo Junction. Hey, Daddy dropped me off at Tuxedo Junction, way down south, yeah. Come on and take me. Come on and take me, take me. Come on and take me. Come on and take me. Come on and take me. And Tuxedo Junction, way down south in Birmingham. I mean Alabama. I mean Tuxedo Junction. Ooh, I dig that tuxedo. Oh, I dig that tuxedo. Tuxedo Junction. Everybody on.
She got her money's worth out of that trip. That's Ella Fitzgerald and Tuxedo Junction down south in Birmingham. Of course, nothing of the sort. Might be that in Alabama, but it's Spaghetti Junction near the Birmingham I know. And it's 11 minutes past 9 o'clock, and I suppose most of you ladies at home will have dispatched the husbands off to work and the children to school, and they've now got the pampooties up and taking it nice and easy. And so you should too. For those of you in cars or lorries or whatever you're about, just relax a little bit. That's it. You're listening to the easy listening station, and relax the hands on the steering wheel. Those knuckles showing white through the skin. That's it. Give a big, broad smile to the man in the car next to you in the traffic jam. That's it. Good grief, you forgot to put the teeth in again. Veteran birthdays today. 87 today, Mrs. S. Davis of Woodview, Wadborough, near Worcester. 88, Mrs. Ada Irby of Alliston Gardens in Northampton. 90 today, Mrs. Alice Bagley of Chauntry Road, Alford in Lincolnshire. Mrs. Ethel Bloxham of B Ward, Horton General Hospital, Banbury, Oxon. Let's see you out and about there very soon, Ethel. 93 today, Mrs. Edith Baker of Shingle Road, and a very sore thing. Shoreham by Sea in Sussex. Mrs. Elizabeth Scott of Milner Road, Heswall, Wirral in Cheshire. 95 today, Mrs. D.A. Smith of Moorfield Road, Cowley, Uxbridge in Middlesex. 97 is Mrs. B. White of Trevor Drive, Maidstone in Kent. 96, Martha Gilbert of Shot Lane, Letchworth in Hertfordshire. And 100 today in Pride of Place to Mrs. Emma Josephine Foote, Hubert Dingle Clinic, St. Lawrence's Hospital, Bodmin in Cornwall, sitting up even as we speak and beating the lightly boiled egg into submission. Good morning to you, Emma Josephine. Good morning to all of you veterans. A very, very happy birthday to anybody celebrating a birthday today, and particularly Slavonics. James Last and his orchestra. That's nice. James Last and his orchestra from the LP Classics Up to Date. Volume 2, The Slavonic Dance, number 10 by Dvorak. It's 9:15, and from All Saints Road, Blakeney in Gloucester, Mum and Dad and Jackie and Mike and Philip and Nan, they're the Morses. Send greetings, to Neil James, who's 10 years of age today. Happy birthday, Neil James Morse. I hope you enjoy this from Donny Osmond.
They say for every boy and girl there's just one love in this whole world, and I know I found mine. The heavenly touch of your embrace tells me no one can take your place ever in my heart. Young love tell me that our love is real, and I can feel that it's true. For we will vow to one another there will never be another love for you or for me. Young love.
Oh, Donny lad. That's Young Love. That's 17.5 minutes past 9 o'clock. And we're still pounding your emotions to a pulp because we've love letters in the sand next. At the request of George, Jacqueline, Alan, Jeffrey, Rosemary and Adam. They're the Saunders of Honiton Gardens in Nunhead, London South East 15. It's our silver wedding anniversary, and would you play for my darling wife, Iris, Pat Boone, singing, and tell her I love her very much. Tell her yourself, for goodness sake, George. It'll come better from you. And this time last year she was feeling in the dumps as our only son, daughter-in-law, grandson, went to New Zealand to live. But I suppose the agony has healed a little bit for you, Iris, and I hope you'll be able to get together with the family. Maybe they'll come back from New Zealand to see you. You even go out there. That sounds like a better idea. But congratulations today on 25 years of nary a cross word, and wedded bliss as well. Here is Pat Boone.
On a day like today, we pass the time away, writing love letters in the sand. How you laughed when I cried each time I saw the tide take our love letters from the sand. You made a vow that you would ever be true, but somehow that vow meant nothing to you. Now my broken heart aches with every wave that breaks over love letters in the sand. with every wave that breaks over love letters in the sand.
Pat Boone, and a big hit for him more years ago than you and I care to remember, Maggie. That's from the LP 15 Hits of Pat Boone, Love Letters in the Sand. It's almost 21 minutes past 9. You're tuned to Radio 2 on 1500 metres in the long wave and VHF stereo. Glad we are of your company as well. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. And the guests I have coming in are two of the new Seekers. It'll be Lynn Paul and Peter Oliver, and Cleo Lane a little bit later on. Looking forward to introducing them to you. Now, Mrs. Lily, are you hanging on me every word? Good girl. In Twerton Road, Bolingbroke, Birmingham 29. Now, she's a wonderful lady and is loved by all who know her. She's always ready to help others. She loves her garden, which she does herself, and it's a real English garden. Hollyhocks and daffodils and all that. Well, in my case, nettles and dock and ragworth and thistle. And happy birthday to you, Lily, because it's your 83rd today. Well done. Many, many more happy days to you. Give her all my love, and I hope she'll have a happy day, and I'll see her on Saturday. This is from my niece Doris, and also give a mention to Hubert Evans of Francis Road, Cotteridge, and Kenneth Lilly of Selly Oak, both of Birmingham, and they have birthdays on this date as well. Wish them all a very happy day. Well, that's my pleasure. From Doris in Shelley Tower, Overbury Road, Northfield, in Birmingham.
How many gentle flowers grow in an English country garden? I'll tell you now of some of them I know, and those I miss you'll surely pardon. Daffodils and season phlox, meadow sweet and lily stocks, gentle lupins and tall hollyhocks, roses, foxgloves, snowdrops and forget-me-nots in an English country garden. Interlude. How many insects build their homes in an English country garden? I'll tell you now of some of them I know, and those I miss I trust you will pardon. Dragonflies and moths and bees, spiders falling from the trees, butterflies sway in the cool, gentle breeze. There are wasps, empty homes, and tiny little gnomes in an English country garden. Interlude. How many songbirds... Actually, I've seen some of these gardens they talk about, and the sort of impression you get is that it's wet underfoot and the leaves are thick with soot in an English country garden. Newspapers torn and strewn across the lawn in an English country garden. Littered garbage in the yards, little doggies calling cards, one scraggy rosebud peering through the weeds, for they've all down tools while they fill their football pools in an English country garden. Market, join the common market. Market, join the common market.
If you think I'm going to say anything at this point, you must be mad. That's Rolf Harris. Sweet Talking Australian and English Country Garden. Sunrise, the title of the LP. 24 minutes past 9 o'clock. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? It's Tuesday, March the 12th. And I want to send Severio greetings here. First of all, for our 42nd double wedding anniversary. For the folks who live on the hill. That was the request. Well, it's The World is a Circle, which is close enough. Much the same chords. Mr. and Mrs. A. Smith of Rolleston Avenue in Maltby, and Mr. and Mrs. A. Cox of Springfield Road, Wickersley, near Rotherham. Celebrating 42 years of wedded bliss. Congratulations to the Smiths and the Coxes. Greetings. And greetings also to Julie Taylor, who's 8 years of age today, from her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Bill Taylor, and all the Fulham Football Club players. Bill Taylor is the chief coach of the club, so they know what they're doing. They're no fools. They know what we drop next Saturday. And, of course, it's very suitable since we had Tommy Trinder beating our ears off yesterday morning, and he being the chairman, and much loved by all the players, according to himself. Karen sent in the greetings to Julie, and a very, very happy birthday to you, Julie. Now then, Who have we got? Rostel and Schaefer. The 2 hands and 20 fingers, count 'em, of Rostel and Schaefer, and the world is a circle. It's 28 minutes past 9 o'clock, and the world revolves on, and we celebrate a 40th wedding anniversary of Mr. and Mrs. Croft, Rose and Arthur. Good morning to you. In St. Agnes's Place, Kennington, London, Southeast 11. This card comes to greet you from your son Ron and daughter Betty, who want to say thank you for all the good years. To you, darling Mum and Dad. And they want the whole world to know how much they love you both and wish you much happiness, peace and contentment for many future years together. And love is also sent from daughter-in-law Betty and son-in-law Brian and 7 very important people. People I'm sure that you spoil rotten. And why wouldn't you? They're your grandchildren, Lee and Naomi, Robert, Lynn, Cheryl, Keith and Roger. The request is for The Bachelors.
Smile for me, my Diane. I'm in heaven when I see you smile. See you smile. Smile for me, my Diane. My Diane. And though everything's dark, all the while I can see you, Diane. Oh, you have lighted the road leading home. Oh, pray for me when you can. When you can. But no matter wherever I roam, smile for me, my Diane. I'm in heaven when I see you smile. See you smile. Smile for me, my Diane. My Diane. And though everything's dark, all the while I can see you, Diane. You have lighted the road leading home. Oh, pray for me, for me.
Oh, Bob.
My Diane. My Diane.
Thank you, Fraser. Fraser White's just brought in the coffee, and we were singing along with the Bachelors there. You may have caught a rather hysterical snatch of me. That's from the LP World of the Bachelors, and that was Diane. 3 voices in harmony. Mrs. R. Hampton of the Villas, Markham in Blackwood, says, my son Colin is taking his driving test. Ah, the poor old soul. Today. Wish him the best of luck from me, and play something nice and soothing to help settle his shattered nerves. Colin boy. Remember the 3-point turn. Keep on the right side of the white lines, and when he slaps that windscreen with his little book, stop, for goodness sake. And with a bit of luck, you might send him shooting through the windscreen. You won't pass your test, but you'll have the satisfaction. Mrs. R. Hampton, delighted to pass on the greetings. I hope Colin passes, as they say in all the best American movies, summa cum laude.
Once we were lost in love, but then one day you had enough, and I thought of nothing else since then. When you said you'd return, I told myself that I ought to learn, but I burned to have you back again. Second love is twice as fine as the one that came before. We'll be even closer, we'll know each other more. We'll make up and double for the crazy things we've done. I believe our second love is second to none. I'm You left me long ago. You never knew how you hurt me so, but I know how many.
Easy, girl, easy. Courage, Camille. That's Design and Second Love. It touches the wows there. It's 26 minutes to 10 o'clock. There, I mustn't get technical on you. Radio 2 star of the day today is Joan Regan, a charming lady, and with her song Happy Anniversary, we're going to link greetings to John and Pat Wells of Harefield in Middlesex today, because they've been married for 19 years to the day. So happy anniversary to John and Pat, and also a happy birthday to the son Christopher, who'll be 15 tomorrow. The greetings coming from Mum and Pop Wells in Sandy Point Road, Hayling Island.
Here's to you, here's to me, here's to a happy anniversary. Here's to days gone by and those that are to be. Here's to a happy anniversary. And if I have my way, one day a long time from now, I'll say, here's to you.
I don't know who that was singing along with Joan Regan there. Very pleasant. Joan Regan, and happy anniversary. And that greeting goes to all of you who may not be lucky enough to be mentioned on the programme and may be celebrating theirs today. Congratulations and have a good day. 23 minutes to 10 o'clock. It's Tuesday. And to refresh your memory on the exciting guests we have coming in, Lynn Paul and Peter Oliver of the New Seekers, who are with us, and at the moment inscribing for a bit of character assassination by Fraser White, and Cleo Lane a little bit later on. Now, Robert Goulet, we've come up to sing in a manly tone for 10 Meadowside Close, Mansbridge in Southampton. Vera Wellham says, it's my 19th wedding anniversary today, so play Robert Goulet for me and my husband. His voice sends this middle-aged lady. Vera, pull yourself together, for goodness sake.
Sweeter music when she speaks, isn't there? A different bloom about her cheeks, isn't there? Could I be wrong? Could it be so? Oh, where did Gigi go? Gigi, am I a fool without a mind, or have I merely been too blind to realize? Oh, Gigi, why you've been growing up before my eyes. Gigi, you're not at all that funny, awkward little girl I knew. Oh, no, overnight there's been a breathless change in you. Oh, Gigi, while you were trembling on the brink, was I out yonder somewhere, blinking at a star? Oh, Gigi, have I been standing up too close or back too far? When did your sparkle turn to fire and your warmth become desire? What miracle has made you the way you are? Gigi, while you were trembling on the brink, was I out yonder somewhere, blinking at a star? Oh, Gigi, have I been standing up too close or back too far? When did your sparkle turn to fire and your warmth become desire? Oh, what miracle has made you the way you are?
Two's Company. Radio 2.
And rightly so. It's almost 19 minutes to 10 o'clock, and my first guests are in the studio. And it's Lynn Paul and Peter Oliver of the New Seekers, and you're welcome. Thank you for... I'm sure you've a busy schedule, as they say, and it's probably a bit early in the day for you.
Well, it's just a trifle, yeah. We're not quite awake yet.
Are you at your best at this hour of the day, Peter?
I'm a little bit better than Lynn, I think.
Oh, well, then we won't ask her to talk. You can hardly speak. Tell me about the New Seekers and the bad news that you are going to break up as a group.
Yeah, we're actually breaking up on May the 20th, but we'll be doing a concert tour first. But we decided that we've done just about everything that we can do within the scope of the group, so we thought we'd progress to better things, we hope.
It's going to be very disappointing, obviously, for millions of fans, not only in Britain but all over the world, because you've been a big international success. And you've more or less just joined, Peter. And was it something you said? Do you feel? How do you feel now that you've just joined and they're breaking up?
Well, it'll be almost a year
Hmm.
when it does split up, and I think that maybe I could have gone another year or so, but it's given me an opportunity that which I wouldn't have otherwise had.
Yeah.
So I intend to use it.
I must say, I think it's a pity because it's quite difficult when a group as popular as yours splits up for the individual members to make it on their own, don't you think?
I think it could be, but I think then again it's a challenge, and if you're ambitious enough to want a challenge and want to progress in your career, then it's worth the gamble, you know, which for me and Peter it is.
Yeah. Are you going to sing as a duo, you and Peter?
No, solo. No.
Are all the group, that's all 5 of you, going to split into 5 separate...
5 separate little seekers, yes.
Oh, that would be nice. We've got a request for one of your latest, which is zooming up the charts. It may even be bubbling under, Lynn.
It may just be, yes.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read this? It's from Pauline Dawkins, 19 Holden Crescent, Nuttall, Nottingham. And it says, Dear Pete, it will be our 14th wedding anniversary on March 12th, and I would be very grateful if you would play the New Seekers, Sentimental Over You. Dedicate it, please, to my husband Terry, my 4 sons, and friends and relations in Leicestershire and Hampshire. Here's hoping, yours faithfully, Pauline.
Nice little bit of ad-libbing in there, Lynn.
You noticed.
17 minutes to 10. That's the New Seekers and Tony McCauley, Jeff Stevens' song, I Get a Little Sentimental Over You. 14 minutes to 10 o'clock. That was Lynn Paul singing the lead there. And with Peter Oliver, she's in the studio talking to us about the sad tale of the New Seekers splitting up, but then the optimistic one of them being 5 little seekers all over the world. Who knows how many in the fullness of time. But to be more specific about your plans, go to you first, Lynn. You see yourself in cabaret.
Yes. More, as I was saying to you, slightly more elaborate than we are now, and as glamorous as possible, you know. It's lots of dancing and lots of comedy and things like that. It'd be great. I hope it'll be great.
I'm sure it will.
We'll
I'm
shoot
sure.
myself if it's not.
Big confident girl. Peter, you're going to do an Alvin Stardust, are you?
I knew you'd say that. Not quite, no. But on that lines, I think it's that whole business now is very theatrical.
Yeah, it's more dramatic.
More dramatic, and that's what I want, to get a bit of drama into it.
Yeah.
But aiming not the penguin suit, but aiming more at a younger market.
Yes, I think that's a logical progression from what you're doing. What about the other members? What about Marty?
Marty and Paul, I think, are going to concentrate on songwriting for a while and then go into cabaret or whatever. I think they'll probably go into concerts, the college audiences, that kind of thing. And Eve's going to America to pursue a solo career over there.
Why should she go to America? Well, I suppose I should ask her that.
I was going to say I wouldn't know, but I think because she likes America for a start. She enjoys living out there. She likes the people out there. And she wants to work to a slightly more... if I say a more sophisticated audience, that sounds terribly derogatory, but I mean it older. She's a standard type audience,
Yeah. What about your own act at the moment in the talk of the town? I've seen you dancing described as frenetic in one of the papers.
Is what?
Frenetic.
What does frenetic mean?
It means a good deal of energy being expended.
Does it? That's nice.
Do you jump around a lot?
A bit, yeah. Yeah, like a right duck.
Well, you're a dancer as well, are you?
Yes.
Were you trained as a dancer?
Yes, I started training as a dancer when I was 3 years old, so I'm more of a dancer than a singer, really.
Yeah. To become a member of the New Seekers, you've been asked this before, but many of our audience may not know it. Peter, did you have to go through many auditions?
I had to audition. First of all, I had to go through an interview, which I thought was quite strange because I'd have thought that you'd have to sing more than anything. But foremost, they had to find out whether you'd fit the other 4 personalities. So I was really grilled, actually.
Yeah. Did you find easy compatibility with the rest of the group when you joined?
Yeah, because I wanted it to work out, and they wanted it to work out too. So we all tried really hard.
Yeah. What about your tour that's coming up? Are you looking forward to that, your final farewell tour?
Yeah, I think it'd be really sad at the end, but it'd be great. Yeah, it's a long one. I think it's 33 dates from 56 shows. And that's a hard act, that one, I tell you.
Yeah, it's my first concert tour, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Are you going to do a farewell concert tour in the States? Because you're at least as big in the States as you are over here.
No.
Really not?
No, we don't want to. We like it over here.
Yeah, no place like it.
No, I think I said that when I came back, I said, that's it, I'm not going back to America again. Not for the length of time we went back. The last time was 6 months, So I said, no, I'm not going back again. So I think now we're concentrating on England, because that's where most of our success has been anyway. So...
Apart from that huge I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing, which was probably the biggest hit of the century, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a big one.
We better get back to the requests and things. Would you like to read one, Peter?
Yeah, you're going to surprise me.
I'm going to... Absolutely.
Oh, dear. Dear Pete.
Well, you've said the wrong thing for a start, but get on.
Well, that could have been me. Please, 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 I would be so glad if you could play Perry Como singing It's Impossible for my dear husband Bill on our silver wedding. Anniversary, I suppose. March 12th. Give him my love and thanks for 25 wonderful years. Also, love and best wishes to our son David for his birthday on the 14th of March. If I am lucky this time, could you play it before 10 a.m? Thank you. Yours always, Mrs. Hilda Lodge.
Good girl, Hilda. Well done, Peter. Here is Perry Como at 9.5 minutes to 10.
It's impossible. Tell the sun to leave the sky. It's just impossible. It's impossible. Ask a baby not to cry. It's just impossible. Can I hold you closer to me and not feel you going through me? Split the second that I never think of you. Oh, how impossible. Can the ocean keep from rushing to the shore? It's just impossible. If I had you, could I ever want for more? It's just impossible. And tomorrow, should you ask me for the world, somehow I'd get it. I would sell my very soul and not regret it. For to live without your love, it's just impossible. Can the ocean keep from rushing to the shore? It's just impossible. If I had you, could I ever want for more? It's just impossible. And tomorrow, should you ask me for the world, somehow I'd get it. I would sell my very soul and not regret it. For to live without your love is just impossible. Impossible. Impossible.
That'll be Perry Como from his LP, It's Impossible. That's the title track. It's almost 6 minutes to 10 o'clock. We've news for you at 10. And Lynn Paul and Peter Oliver. And the concert, I have 100 miles of what I can only describe as bonfire here. Let's go back to the beginning of the New Seekers, Lynn. When did you form as a group? How did you get together?
We formed in 1969, and Keith Potker, who was one of the original Seekers, decided to... well, they broke up in 68, so they decided that they'd fill the gap with the New Seekers. And David and Keith formed it, and a year later, I joined, because I didn't join right from the very beginning, you see.
What were you doing before that?
Before that, I was with a Mecca group, and before that, I was solo.
Yeah. What about you, Peter? What were you doing before you joined? Well, almost 12 months ago?
Actually resting for a period.
For
a couple of months. And
you weren't out of work as well, were you?
No, I'd been in shows, but prior to the New Seekers, I'd not been doing anything specific. I'd always done sessions and things, guitar playing and singing. I've done, as I say, I did hair, and I did a few things at the Roundhouse, and I was in several rock and roll groups, and I was at drama school and things like that.
Yeah. Neither of you would fancy being part of a group again?
No, I've been with groups now. Well, I've been with 2 groups, and it's taken up a period of about 7 years, which is long enough, I think, for groups.
Yes, you
When I've always wanted to be a solo artist anyway.
Yeah, well, I think most artists want to see if they can make it on their own anyway.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do for you now, is give you another card. That should soften your cough. Have a look at that.
Sprung it on you again.
Right. Oh, you want me to read it out? It's
for Tessie O'Shea and Tallahassee, I should tell you.
Is it? It's from Alice O'Brien, 9 Kingsway, Mansfield, and it says, Dear Pete. Why does it say Dear Pete?
Because, you see, Pete's
You've
on
taken
holidays,
over.
having a little tan, and they decided to give me a bit of a break in the morning, because I normally get up much earlier.
Oh.
Which you'd know if you're a regular listener to Radio 2, but you see, you've let yourself down there.
All right, well, pretend I am. Then it says, Dear Terry, please play a record for my dad's birthday on the 12th of March, my sister and her husband, whose wedding anniversary on the 15th of March, also my brother Tommy on the 24th of March. Please include all the family. Please shout, as my sister and I work together in a factory. Thank you very much. Yours sincerely, Mrs. Alice O'Brien.
Good. Thank you very much, Lynn.
You're welcome.
Spoken manfully there. And I've got another one here, too. For my brother, Cliff Stocking, and his wife, Dorothy, of Walton-on-the-Hill in Stafford. They'll be making their first flight to Los Angeles, California, on March the 14th to visit their son, Peter, Betty, and 2 grandchildren for 6 weeks. And they'll both be celebrating birthdays whilst in the States. So wish them a safe journey and a lovely time, says Frida Buckingham, of Plovers, Allsworth Avenue, Goring by Sea in Sussex. As promised, here she comes. She was with us last week. Good old 2-ton Tessie O'Shea. and threw the cat among the pigeons by advocating a high-protein diet, which a number of people said was very bad for you, in fact. But it all remains to be seen when the book comes out. Tessie O'Shea and Tallahassee.
I'm on my way to Tallahassee. I'm on my way to see my friend. I'm on my way to Tallahassee, where the road is straight, it never bends. And when I reach my destination, the folks will cheer, and oh, what fun! Because the folks in Tallahassee are worth $1 million. Everyone, to Tallahassee, I'm on my way to see my friend. I'm on my way to Tallahassee, where the road is straight, it never bends. And when I reach my destination, the folks will cheer, and oh, what fun! Because the folks in Tallahassee are worth $1 million. Everyone.
A short but sweet snatch of Tessie O'Shea. Now, it's just after 2 minutes to 10. We'll have news for you on the hour. Quick greetings here to wish Steve Chivers of 19 Barker Road, Chippenham, Wilts, a very happy birthday today. And it comes from Kathy, that's your girlfriend. You don't need me to tell you that. Mantovani and his orchestra, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. Flying Fingers, Demented Digits of Mrs. Mills and Row, Row, Row. It's 5 minutes past 10. You're welcome back to Open House. Terry Wogan throwing wide the French windows and welcoming you in and hoping I find you well this Tuesday morning. And our guests in this part of the programme, two members of the New Seekers, who are not going to be with us much longer, at least as members of the New Seekers. They're going to be with us, I hope, as successful solo artists. That's Peter Oliver and Lynn Paul. The old Seekers, from whom you inherited the name, they went their solo ways and have taken up strange jobs, haven't they?
Yeah. Athol Guy is an MP in Australia. As far as the others are concerned, I really don't know what happened to them, but...
well, Judith Durham still sings solo, doesn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
I read somewhere in the paper that there was she had some resentment over the fact that you'd taken the name or something.
Yes, I don't think she likes us very much. She's rather nasty, actually, but... never mind, she's allowed her own point of view, I suppose. I thought it was terribly unprofessional of her to say it, but she's allowed to speak her mind.
Oh, there's no law.
I've got my gun ready, I tell you.
When you do go solo, have you ever written your own material? Any ambitions to do your own stuff?
I write, but it's not such a commercial thing. I mean, Marty writes commercially, so does Paul. I write for my own enjoyment, really. But I think there are some incredible songwriters around, and whilst there are incredible songs to do, unless I could write incredible songs, I wouldn't do them.
Well, of course, you'll never get started if you
yes, but I do write. I mean, I've written for other people and so on, and I intend to do a couple of my own songs when I go solo. But what I'm saying is I'd never want to go on and bore the audience to death until such time as I could probably do a solo album and say, this is my material.
Yes.
And if it was accepted, then I'd do it.
Yeah, it's a funny double-edged thing, isn't it? You have to be established before, but to get established, I don't know.
You have to do other people's.
An endless circle. Lynn, I mean this as a compliment, that sometimes listening to you singing, your voice reminds me greatly, I'm sure people have said this to you, of Vera Lynn. You have that kind of voice quality. Would you like to continue as a solo artist as long as Vera Lynn has, and as successfully?
Yes. Yeah. Obviously, I mean, I don't ever want to stop singing, but if I can go on as long as Vera Lynn's gone on, then I'll be very happy.
Well, what about settling down and bringing up a family?
That's very well when you find the fella, you see, but I'm having a struggle in that area.
I think that's the story of everybody's life. I mean, it's a struggle. I hope the struggle will be worthwhile.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah. We've got the handwriting analysis coming up very shortly. Fraser White is sweating over a hot typewriter or a hot pen. And I've a greeting to send out. Well, actually, we should have linked it with Mrs. Mills' party selection for Mr. Alf Morgan of Hawthorne Street, Newfound Pool in Leicester. For my brother's birthday, I never see him for months on end, and to cheer him up as he doesn't keep in good health. And tell him his sister and brother-in-law, send our love. This comes from Ada and Jack. And as sometimes happens, I haven't got the name of the brother, but still he knows he's the one referred to. And you've got a card too, haven't you? Yeah,
this is from, Mrs. Nancy Jones. 38 Lambton Road, is it Aigburth, Liverpool?
Yeah.
17. And Nancy Jones is 90 today, so she's a senior citizen. Happy birthday.
Very nice. Thank you, Peter.
We come on this Luke John B. My grandfather and me. Around Nassau town we did roam. Drinking all night. Got into a fight. Well, I feel so broken. I wanna go home. So hoist up the John, he said. See how
That's the Beach Boys and Sloop John B. from their LP Greatest Hits. It's 11 minutes past 10 o'clock. We've got a recently released single on the Pie label to come up next. And we've got Lynn, Paul and Peter Oliver to show what they can do with the two cards. So, are you ready? Have you deciphered? Who'll go first?
Me. Except I can't find my name. It says, Dear... Do I say it? Pete Murray. Would you please give a mention on your super show for my husband Harold King on his 70th birthday on the 12th of March. Any time will do, as he always has the radio on to listen to Open House, even in the smallest room in the house. He's as bad as me, Dad. I tell you. Please wish him a happy birthday from his wife, 5 sons, 2 daughters and 17 grandchildren. Our address is 24 Hornford Way, Romford in Essex. Thanks, Pete. Or thanks, Terry.
Thanks, Lynn.
All right.
Peter?
Next, I get the wedding anniversaries. Please play for my husband Gordon and myself on our silver wedding anniversary, March 12th. Perry Como's I Know, or... No.
We've had Perry Como
We've had
already,
that.
so we'll play something else. What about
I see.
Flamingo by the Alan Tew Orchestra?
Oh, I see.
That'd be acceptable.
Gordon has been recently ill, so give him my love and thank him for 25 years of happy marriage. Thank you very, very much. Mrs. P. Knight, 31... Yipers, is that?
Yipers?
Yipers Road, Elstree, Derby.
Call yourself British. Call yourself British.
I don't know what that says.
Oh, yeah. Wipers. Right.
You've got a difficult job, Terry.
No, it's not easy, I can tell you. Being so cheerful keeps me going, really. Here's something on the Pie label. Well, it's different, isn't it? The Alan Tew Orchestra and their version of Flamingo, a recent release on the Pie label. It's 15 and a half minutes past 10 o'clock. Fraser White, keep Fraser White, has brought in an analysis of Lynn Paul's handwriting. Lynn, I think you'll be surprised and delighted with this.
Tell the world.
Upright, neatly spaced handwriting. There you are. Credit to your teacher. And there are indications of quite a degree of reserve in this handwriting. Is that true, Peter? Is she reserved?
Not at all, no.
What do you think? You see yourself as others see you?
I didn't think I was reserved.
No.
Oh, didn't you?
No.
Maybe she is this time in the morning.
Ah. We won't speculate on it, because her mother might be listening. The looped stems of the D's and the T's show a rather sensitive nature and a slight shyness, and perhaps a degree of suspiciousness as to people's intentions. You're cautious about people.
Yes, that's... I'm slightly shy. I tend to appear overconfident from being shy, but and I am suspicious, cautious, yeah.
Why, well, I suppose like the rest of it comes from occasionally being hurt, and you don't want to put your foot in it again. You're not saying anything there, Peter. Eh? Although the left looping of the F shows that she's quick to pick up things, she doesn't like to be rushed. You don't like to be rushed bending over to pick something.
No, I don't like being rushed, no.
Yeah.
I get terribly annoyed if anybody tries to rush me.
Yeah, are you a quick learner, as they say? I mean, do you pick up things quickly?
Yes, do I? I think so. I'm pretty quick at picking things up. I'm pretty quick at picking people up when they pick me up. Do you know what I mean?
The whole thing sounds very unhealthy.
Yes.
She likes to reason things out and likes to be well organised. Well, that would follow on logically.
No.
It's not true, is it?
She's not organised at all.
Well
She
organised.
leaves.
But would you like to be well organised?
Oh, I'd love to be, but I'm not.
She leaves everything, forgets everything.
Yeah. The depth of the lower loops show her physical fitness, and her energy is confirmed by the right crossing of the T's.
My T's show my energy.
Yeah.
Plenty of energy. That's true.
Yeah. You're a fine, strong girl. And the size of the capitals and the signature shows an excellent degree of confidence. Is that true, would you say?
Well, I don't know. I suppose I've got some confidence. I must have to be in this business.
Well, yes, but it doesn't necessarily follow because you're in the business that you're confident.
I think I'm well able to look after myself. Let's put it like that, I think.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
The shortness of the finals confirms her practical outlook on life. Well, it doesn't seem that you're practical.
No, I'm not practical, am I?
Not at all.
No, I'm not. No.
Will you stop leading the witness, please?
Well, I'm asking him because he knows me probably as well as I do. But
Despite her reserve and practicality, which we've dashed, the strong dash shape of the eyes shows that she can see the funny side of things and has an excellent sense of humour.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect...
Sick sense of humour, actually.
I wouldn't expect you to disagree with that. Yeah. Well, I think everybody thinks they have a great sense of humour, you know. And nobody likes to think they haven't.
No,
but there
that's
you
true.
are, Lynn. That's an analysis of your handwriting, which was good in spots, like the
Yes.
curate's egg. And you have a dedication to read out, Peter, before we analyse you.
Yes. Please will you play On Top of the World by the Carpenters for my daughter Carol's first birthday on March 12th. She dances to this record whenever she hears it. She's a pleasure all the time. Please will you also mention her two cousins, Mark and John Stanton, of 10 Algarth Rise, Pocklington, Yorks. They will be thrilled to hear their names on the programme. Yours faithfully, Mrs. Leslie Stanton, 91 Lambourne Road, Knighton, Leicester.
Read with the assurance of a veteran. We'll get on to your handwriting in a minute and have Lynn's comments on the same, and probably as cutting as yours were. In fact, we haven't got the Carpenter's one that was asked for, but a bonus, in fact. 3 Carpenter's items. Knowing when to leave, make it easy on yourself, and there's always something there to remind me.
While the going is good, knowing when to leave may be the smallest thing that anyone can learn. Go. I'm afraid my heart isn't very smart. Fly while you still have your wings. Knowing when to leave won't ever let you reach the point of no return. Fly. Foolish as it seems, I still have my dreams. So I keep hoping day as I wait for the man, and each night after night as I wish for love that can be. Though I'm sure that no one can tell where the wishes and hopefully somehow I feel there's happiness waiting for me. When someone walks in your life, you just better be sure he's right, 'cause if he's gone, there are heartaches and tears you must pay. Keep both of your eyes on the door, never let it get out of sight. Just be prepared when the time has come, you run away. Sail when the wind starts to blow, but like a fool I don't know when to leave. And make it easy on yourself, well, make it easy on yourself. 'Cause breaking up so very hard to do. If you should find you miss the sweet and tender love we used to share, just go back to the places where we used to go, and I'll be there. Oh, how can I forget you when there is always something there to remind me? Always something there to remind me. I was born to love you, and I will never be free. You'll always be a part of me. Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's beautiful. That's the Carpenters, and a quick medley. Knowing when to leave, make it easy on yourself, and there's always something there to remind me, from the LP Carpenters collection. Talking to Lynn, Paul and Peter Oliver, it's 22.25 past 10. Members of the New Seekers, of course. And Lynn, we've already done the handwriting of, and let's see if we can get closer to the real Peter. Peter, rightward sloping handwriting with constant breaks in the connections. Now, this is uninhibited handwriting of a restless character. He has strong creative ability and is full of ideas.
No, probably something to do with my education.
You mean the bad handwriting?
The bad handwriting.
Yeah. Is he creative, Lynn?
Yes, he is, yeah.
He's likely to have the humour of a natural ad-libber. And this is where the story really starts. Bruce Forsyth and Larry Grayson have the same type of handwriting as you. Well,
Yes,
shut
he
that
does say
door.
some funny things.
Developing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes out with some comments, don't you? Funny ones.
Yeah.
No,
Some
no.
not so funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, and he's likely to have a restless nature and considerable nervous energy. You're two very energetic people, it appears.
Bundles of fire, aren't we?
Bundles, yes.
No holding.
We're going to go for a run down Oxford Street after we finish.
A quick streak.
Yes, the new streakers.
See, I told you it was true, he's ad living.
You'll get a crowd into the show tonight, just on the off chance you might live up to that. The narrowness of the right margin shows his ability to meet and communicate with people. He's a good salesman. Did you ever attempt to do anything with encyclopedias?
No, my father's a very, very good salesman, actually.
You conned me, didn't you?
Con you.
What did you try to sell the girl?
Himself. And he got...
The rather vulgar shape of the peas. Hello, I hope this isn't going to turn nasty.
Vulgar shape of the peas.
Yeah. And the sweep of the lower loops show that he has no shortcomings on the physical side.
What's that mean?
God knows.
You're going to keep that to yourself?
It's all in Fraser White's mind, that. The down crossing of the T's indicate quite strong opinions and a healthy temper, if roused.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Yes,
easily roused.
very heavy temper.
No, he's not easily roused, but and I've only ever seen him in a bad mood once, but that's pretty accurate, yes.
What's he do? Stamp his feet and get into a pet?
No,
start shaking and twitching
he
and
starts,
things.
Yeah, he's got a twitch.
And I threaten to throw people out windows. And
he gets-
Wow.
Yeah,
I get it. No,
it's very violent.
quite. No, but it takes a lot to get me there. But when
Yeah.
I get there,
You're a
you've
regular
got to watch
psychopath.
out. Yeah.
All right. Well, there's your handwriting analysis.
Yeah,
And
I
God
think I'll
bless
get
you.
it framed.
Do. Oh, the glass case. And
Thank
throw,
you.
throw
Yes.
Demerara sugar at it from time to time. It's 25 past 10. We better get to the veteran anniversaries. It's a golden wedding anniversary today. Mr. and Mrs. W. Irish of Fairways, Frodsam in Cheshire. Mr. and Mrs. Blott of Gresham Street in Liverpool. The 55th wedding anniversary of Mr. and Mrs. Lyle. That's Ruby and Arthur of Balgay Court, Menzies Hill, Dundee. And the diamond wedding anniversary of Arthur and Ethel Ulleranshaw, Crossland Road, Hathersage in Derbyshire. And to round things off, Lynn, will you read a dedication?
Yeah, this says, will you please play for my wife Eunice on her birthday and our 25th wedding anniversary, March 12th, and thank her for being a wonderful wife and mother. Please give her all our fondest love from husband Roy, son Alan and his wife Pauline, daughter Pat and her fiancé Dave. Thanking you in anticipation, I remain yours sincerely, R. Knight, from Cromford Road, Homegate, Claycross, Derbyshire.
Very nice, Lynn. We're all sorry, I think, that the New Seekers are breaking up and going their separate ways, but I'm sure all the listeners will join me in wishing you well in your solo careers. Lynn,
Thank
Paul
you.
and Peter Oliver. Thank you for taking the time to come in.
Thank you for
Success
having
with
us.
the show that you're doing at the moment. It is being a success, and with the concert tour.
Great, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
David Rose and his orchestra and Embraceable You. We've time for one more dedication and one more smart piece of music before we go off to the Walking Wagoners. From Weston Mere School Kitchen, Preston in Derby, for Beryl and George Munn of Derwent Street, Draycott, on their silver wedding anniversary. Best wishes from friends in the school kitchen. Have a very good day, Beryl and George. Many, many more happy days. The Norman Newell Orchestra, more. Good girl, Olivia Newton-John, and welcome back at 12 minutes to 11 to Open House. My name's Terry Wogan, and my guest in this part of the programme, having waved farewell to Lynn Paul and Peter Oliver of the New Seekers, is Cleo Lane. And she's in, and you're welcome, Cleo.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Enjoying our tea?
I am very much, as I...
Don't tell lies. There's no need to come in here telling lies.
No, I'm really not telling any lies. I didn't have much sleep last night, and a good cup of tea in the morning tends to wake you up a bit, doesn't
What
it?
about Johnny Dankworth? Is he still in bed?
No. He's working hard at somewhere in Tavistock Place, I believe. I hope he's working hard in Tavistock Place.
There's the paper around, I suppose. But to you, as they say, what are you doing at the moment, Cleo?
Well, I'm packing, actually, shopping and packing, because on Saturday morning, I fly off to America for 3 weeks. And to Los Angeles first to do television there. Then I go to Vancouver and do television with Oscar Peterson. He's a very splendid jazz musician.
They've, as it were, rediscovered you over there, haven't they?
Well, they've really never ever discovered me over there.
But it's all happened over the past 6 months.
Yeah.
What do you think generated the new interest in you?
I did a concert in New York, and I got rave reviews from Wilson, the critic in New York. And if you get one from him, I mean, unlike the critics here, they can make you or break you, you see. So they made me.
Oh, that's marvellous.
Which is rather
Why
nice,
has it taken so long? Because you've long been recognised here as one of the best
I didn't want
female
to go.
singers. Really?
No, I liked it, right?
Why do you want to go now?
Well, my children have grown up. They're quite independent of me. So I thought, well, in my old age, I would start flying around the world.
Yeah.
Breaking opening new doors, as it were.
Nice to be able to pick and choose your time. Do you see yourself as up there in lights in Las Vegas, for instance?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm quite a Las Vegas lady. I mean, a lot of people say that I could go there, but I don't fancy it. I prefer concerts in the main. So that's what I'm really doing.
Obviously, the tired old question next. What's the difference between, is there any, between an American, a New York audience and a London audience?
Not really. I suppose I think that a New York audience is just that little bit more exhibitionist. That they give just a little bit more than say an audience at the festival hall.
They're inclined to
they would stand up and
take off their hats and throw them at you.
Yeah, and they tend to throw things like flowers at you.
In the pots.
No pots as yet.
Yeah. Well, everybody here obviously is delighted with your newfound success in the States, and we're not going to lose you completely.
No, I like it much too much here, even with all the troubles and the cuts and the coldness and so on. I still like it here much better than there.
What about your husband, Johnny Dankworth? How does he feel about the new career opening up?
Well, he's with me. I mean, he was well known in America because he's done so many film tracks and had his big band out there, so he was well known. And nobody knew about me at all, apart from one record. And suddenly, he's very pleased about it.
It just so happens that you have a new single out, doesn't it?
It does so happen.
Well, now...
You're going to play it for me?
Well, I would even go that far, yes.
That's nice.
And best wishes to Alan on his 22nd birthday, with lots of love from Mum and Dad and Sister Lynn, and wish him and Christine every happiness for the future. This comes from Mrs. Joan Perris of Hudson Close, Sturry, near Canterbury in Kent. OK, let's hear Cleo Lane's latest.
They
That's nice. That's Cleo Lane, a lovely singer, and the guest on this part of Open House. Cleo, do you like that?
I don't mind it. I think it's opened a new door for me in this country, in that it's a lot more commercial than I usually sing, and I think that I just like doing all sorts of things, and I don't like doors closed to me. And because people say that I'm a jazz singer, I don't consider myself a jazz singer. I consider myself a singer of songs.
Right.
So I just like to sing anything and everything that comes along.
Well, I always think it's a bit ridiculous. There's enough divisiveness in the world without dividing music into different categories.
I think so too.
People who take intellectual attitudes about music, saying that such and such a thing is progressive pop and the rest is teeny bopper, and then there's jazz.
Yeah.
Surely it should be all music.
I think it is all music, and that's obviously what John and myself are doing at our home. When we come back from America, we have an Easter course for students, young students, and this is exactly what we do. We have the all music plan, as it was called, the Whamondon all music plan, and all kinds of musicians, ranging from pop, jazz, electronics, avant-garde, and so on. They all come and teach.
Of course, you have this big hall in your back garden.
Well, not quite a big hall. It's a small stables, and we've turned it into a theatre. But luckily, we have been given a house by the Milton Keynes Development Corporation, and very soon we hope to be developing this. It'll be a lot of hard work again. We're going to wield the paintbrush again and bang down. Oh, we'll do it all ourselves, but with a little more help from the arts councils and we hope, because we want to get a 400-seater theatre. We've only got a 200-seater at the moment, and it's a bit too tiny.
And the object
expansion,
from your point of view, is to put something back in, is it?
Well, I think we get a great deal out of the work that we do, show business in general. And I think that when you do get to a certain standard in the business and you're earning a reasonable living, so on and so forth, I think that one should put a little bit back into it. And I suppose that's how John and I have felt for some time, and that's what we've been doing for about 4 or 5 years now.
Well, Cleo, it's 2 minutes to 11. We have the news on the hour every hour on Radio 2. After the 11 o'clock news, I'll be chatting to you again. We have a piece of music to take us to news time. It's Philip Green and the Velvet Symphony, if you don't mind. And dedications to Iris and George Sanders of Honiton Gardens, Nunhead in London. They'll have been married 25 years today. Congratulations, Iris and George. Love to you from Jackie. That's the Love Unlimited Orchestra and Love Theme by Barry White. It's almost 6 minutes past 11, the other side of the 11 o'clock news, into the last half hour of Tuesday's Open House. My name's Terry Wogan. I am my guest in this part, and you heard her tinkling laugh. Was that of Cleo Lane? That's
hardly tinkling.
Well, that's
it's a bit down in the boots.
That's your deeper chortle, Cleo, just to show your versatility.
The very first thing in the morning, when sometimes when I answer the phone, my voice is so low and so grumbly and grouchy. It sounds like, I don't know, quite often like John. They say, "Hello, Mr. Dankworth," or "Would you please get your mistress?"
I see. Well, what about your children, yours and John's children? Would you encourage them to go into show business?
I wouldn't discourage them if they really wanted to go into the business, because I don't think you can do things like that to your children.
But isn't it a tough business for a lady singer? It is, isn't it?
Oh, sure, it is. But how can... I mean, my mother wouldn't have dissuaded me in any way. I'd had so many jobs before I became a singer, but I was quite determined to be one. And I think that's really the whole crux of the matter, that if you are determined to be one, you don't mind all the toughness about it. Yeah. If you don't, I mean, as you go along, if all these things you can't overcome, then you just fall by the wayside anyway.
But it does have more frustrations as a career than most others, doesn't it?
Well, for women or
for anybody, singers, yeah.
I suppose so. I mean, you have to be very lucky. You have to be in the right place at the right time, which, for some weird reason, I always have been. I haven't had too much trouble in my career. Everything has sort of fallen into place at the right time for me.
Did you meet John at the right time?
Yes, I met him at the right time and married him at the right time, had his children at the right time, and now touring the world at the right time.
Sounds very well timed.
Yeah, everything's all sort of reasonably well timed for me. I'm a bit of a fatalist, I think, and I think that everything is written down, and things are, if it's written in the stars, that's it.
Is that your own?
Is that my own?
Your own phrase?
Yeah, I think it might be. It's so corny. It must be.
Never mind the stars and the planets now, because we'll be getting to your handwriting in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
What about songwriting? Have you ever done any of that?
I write poetry, and I've never really thought that it was any good.
Have you got a quick stanza there for us?
No, I haven't. No, I would never do anything like that. You see, I like things to be as perfect as I possibly can make it before I reveal it to the world. That was why I started singing quite late in life. And for the first time, I'm not saying it's a very good lyric, but John has set it to music, and it's on my next LP. And I think it has quite a nice thought behind it anyway.
We look forward to that. Are you a fan of Gilbert and Sullivan?
I am, yes, because I've also recorded one of his songs on my next LP, which will be out, I think, sometime in April.
It's not from the Pirates of Penzance by any happy chance.
It's from the Mikado.
Well, close enough.
Very near.
Yes. One is in Cornwall, the other's in China. From Robert, Enid, Richard and Pamela Granwood of Primrose Drive, Gilstead, Bingley in Yorkshire. Play a record for Dad-in-law's 70th birthday. He's William Greenwood of Mayo Road, Bradford, Fife. As he's a retired policeman, may I suggest a policeman's lot is not a happy one. Send our love to him, and of course, mother-in-law, who's Renee Greenwood, and she has a birthday. She had a birthday last month. Well, congratulations to you, William. Happy birthday today. Here you are, then, from the Pirates of Penzance.
When a felon's not engaged in his employment, or maturing his felonious little plans, his capacity for innocent enjoyment is just as great as any honest man. Our feelings we with difficulty smother, when constabulary duties to be done. I'll take one consideration with another. A policeman's lot is not a happy one. Dr. Gurgling. When the cutthroat isn't occupied in crime, he loves to hear the little brook gurgling, and listen to the merry village chime. When the coster's finished jumping on his mother, he loves to lie a-basking in the sun. I'll take one consideration with another. A policeman's lot is not a nappy one. When constabulary duties to be done, a policeman's lot is not a nappy one.
I well remember being a pirate in that myself.
You used to sing it.
Oh, yes. You really want to see me with
You
my
just
cutlass in my hand. It's almost 13 minutes past 11. I'm blushing now neath my manly tan. It's a previous life that I don't like to talk about, Cleo. And John goes with you everywhere on the tours.
Oh, yeah.
But look, with all the things he has to do, like he's probably writing about 4 film scores, and then you have the school out in your house.
He's quite an amazing man. I don't understand him because I can't do it. I'm a one-job lady. I can only cope with 1, maybe 2 jobs at a time. But he can do so many. And, I mean, he occasionally gets a migraine because of it. But I don't know how he copes with it. He goes to the Royal Academy and teaches there, and then he writes my arrangements, and he does somebody else's arrangements. He does a choral work on another day, and then he's going off to committee meetings and so on.
What's he do in his spare time? Play the piano?
Well, I try to get him to sit down. Yeah, he sometimes plays the piano. He likes to. He can't play the piano very well, I can tell you that, because he quite often puts songs that I've got to learn down on tape for me, and I wish I had Laurie Holloway then, or Tony Hymas. I don't mind. That's my pianist who works with me now, because it really is very hard to learn songs when somebody's sort of mumbling in the background, saying, "Oh, I better not say what he says."
Yeah. What's the most difficult part? I mean, does Johnny get very tense? Do you get very tense before performances? Do you keep out of each other's way?
Very, very relaxed. Mainly, I suppose, because I'm a yoga maniac. John is, I think he's fairly relaxed now. He doesn't get nerves or anything like that, but he's much more unrelaxed than I am. He can't relax as easily as I can. When he's sitting in a chair, you can see his eyeballs rolling about his head, you know.
His left leg twitching.
Yeah.
I've heard about that. I have a dedication to do here, Cleo, from Mr. Stan Pryor of Cogate Road, Paddock Wood, near Tunbridge in Kent, who wants Marie Osmond to sing. We've already had Donny. Now it's Marie.
Oh, lovely.
Are you a fan of the Osmonds, Cleo?
I am, yeah. I think they're quite jolly.
Well, they are, which is a thing that can't be said about too many people these days.
True.
Well, anyway, Jolly Marie Osmond to sing Paper Roses for my wife Linda, who's 21 today, and tell Linda, Tiger, I love her. I'm looking forward to the party on Saturday.
That's nice. I wish I could go to a party on Saturday instead
You were
of
just
flying.
saying you were just saying you've nothing to wear for a party.
That's very true. I wouldn't go because I've got nothing to wear.
From Stan. This comes from Stan and Dan and Ivy, Bill, Linda and Arthur, so they're not going to be on their own at this particular party. Comes from Stan in Tunbridge in Kent, and here is Marie Osmond.
With tender looks that I mistook for love.
piercing. That was very piercing. That's Marie Osmond and Paper Roses. That's an oldie, that, isn't it, Cleo?
Yes, yeah. I recognise the intro.
Your granny used to sing it to you. She dandled you on her knee, you see? Yeah. You're going off shopping now in a moment.
I will be, yes. And I don't quite know what I'm going to go shopping for.
I mean, you spend, obviously, somebody like you spend a fortune on dresses for the stage.
I do, and that's about all I do spend money on is clothes for the stage.
No, come on.
Really, I'm a very tatty person.
I was about to say that's a line for your husband. You needn't try to tell the listeners that. Well, we'll see what kind of a person you are, Cleo Lane, because we've got Fraser White's analysis of your handwriting. A neat, italic style, Italian, handwriting. A distinctive character of the writing is the rounded sweeps of the Y's and the G's. This is also featured in Sir Robert Helpman's and Virginia Wade's handwriting.
Huh.
You're not a dancing tennis player by any chance?
No, I can dance reasonably well, but I'm a rotten tennis player.
Oh. Virginia Wade's probably a rotten singer. It indicates that the subject is likely to take part in or appreciate physical recreations involving grace of movement, whereas the dancing, you see.
Uh-huh.
Good. And the whole appearance of the writing indicates a strong artistic sense, with an appreciation of colours and colour schemes. And you're likely to have creative ability in that field.
Oh, not bad.
When you're painting the barn at home and that.
That's right.
Do you choose the colour schemes for that?
I do generally fight with John about colour schemes.
Who wins?
And I win.
Yeah. You're stronger anyway. There's a degree of reserve in her nature. She's extremely sincere and unlikely to be over-effusive.
I suppose that's reasonably
You
true.
don't gush.
I don't gush, no. Darling.
The shape of the T and the positioning of the cross indicates that she holds strong opinions, is not afraid to fight for what she believes in.
Yeah, I'd say that's reasonably true.
Good.
But I think the gentleman knows my career. Huh?
Yeah. Her mind
Rather than my handwriting.
Her mind is highly creative and intuitive. Are you intuitive, or do you reason things out? Do you act on instinct?
I'm fairly intuitive, I suppose.
About people?
Generally.
Do you make your mind up immediately?
I make up my mind basically immediately. I'm not always wrong. John says that I'm wrong sometimes, but I'm not really.
Although she's basically active, there are times she procrastinates and puts off doing things.
Oh, my gosh. I think everybody does, but me, my golly Moses, yeah.
The shape of the signature, while showing confidence and optimism, shows a desire for shelter and protection, both for herself and her friends.
Ah, that's nice.
Isn't
I don't
it?
know whether it's true. But...
That's why you built the potting shed for the concerts. Isn't it? There's the handwriting with Fraser White's analysis. And
thank you very much, Fraser.
every so often you'll be able to look back on that and say, that isn't like me at all.
I'll give it to John and see what he thinks.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting to see whether he agrees with that, because
Yeah.
you're never the best judge yourself of how right it is.
Not really.
It's 22 minutes past 11, however, Cleo, and you must be off to buy,
I've got to go
buy
and-
the cocktail dresses.
Spend a pound.
That's what he gives you, is it?
That's about
Well, look, congratulations on your success. Obviously, no need to congratulate you on what's been a successful career, but on the newfound career in the States. And I hope you're going there on Saturday. I hope that'll be further resounding success for you.
Thank you very much,
And
Terry.
give my regards to John. I hope it'll be marvellous for you. And thank you for taking time out to come in.
It's been a great pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Cleo Lane. And I'll get on to another dedication here. Mrs. Glenys Jones of Ballama, I think that is. Please play for my son, Gwyn Jones, who lives at Wernfowl Farm, Balla, and is 21 today, and thank him for being a fine son. That's nice. From a man to a son. Let's have some music. Excitement of it all. Jeff Love and his orchestra, and Match of the Day. And before the crowd invade the studio, it's 25 minutes past 11. Don't forget Jimmy Young coming right up very shortly. I think I see him coming along now in the wheelchair. And he'll be presenting his program on Radio 2 here until, forever. Good man, Jim. And he's ready to take over with interesting people to talk to and lots of good music. And that's what you'll hear all day on Radio 2. And I want to send greetings to a darling grana, Mrs. Florence Tyne, who's 82. Happy birthday, dear Florence. Give her loads of love and kisses from Emmy Lou, who's 3, and Bruce, who's 5, her grandchildren, and from her daughter Noreen and granddaughter Pam and husband John. Anything sweet from Val Dunican. Oh, this comes with love from Pam Palmer. Here he is, rocking back and forward in his old armchair. The pullover, sinking into his polo neck pullover. Val Dunican, Elusive Butterflies.
You might wake up some morning to the sound of something moving past your window in the wind. And if you're quick enough to rise, you'll catch the fleeting glimpse of someone's fading shadow. Out on the new horizon, you may see the floating motion of a distant pair of wings. And if the sleep has left your ears, you might hear footsteps running through an open meadow. Don't be concerned, it will not harm you. It's only me pursuing something I'm not sure of. Across my dreams, with nets of wonder, I chased a bright, elusive butterfly of love. You might have heard my footsteps echo softly through the distance in the canyons of your mind. I might have even called your name as I ran searching after something to believe in. You might have seen me running through the long abandoned ruins of someone I used to be. If you remember something there that glided past you, followed close by heavy breathing. Don't be concerned, it will not harm you. It's only me pursuing something I'm not sure of. Across my dreams, with nets of wonder, I chased a bright, elusive butterfly of love. Across my dreams, with nets of wonder, I chased a bright, elusive butterfly of love.
The elusive flutterby of love and Val Dunican. It's 29 minutes past 11. Jimmy Young coming up smartly to entertain you further on Radio 2. And my thanks to Lynn Paul and Peter Oliver of the New Seekers, and to Cleo Lane for coming in and making such entertaining guests on the show. I hope you've enjoyed them as much as I have. And indeed that you'll join me tomorrow morning between 9 and 11:30 on Radio 2. My guests will be the lovely Shirley Ann Field and the almost equally fetching Victor Borga. I hope he doesn't think he's going to get his piano in this studio. And my thanks to my producers, Harry Walters and Angela Bond, and in the studio, Anne Colvin. Thank you for your company. Do join me tomorrow morning if you can. Radio 2's the place, 1,500 metres in the long wave and VHF stereo. Have a good day. Terry Wogan saying, see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Till then, bye-bye.